Good evening, people. Here I am again with you guys tonight, and what I'm going to talk about is a big subject, and I really doubt that I'll be able to go fully in depth and complete this in one series. I'll do the best I can, but I try to keep all of these messages into 5 minutes or less. Sometimes it goes over. I know the first one was like 11 minutes, but let's get right into it. I want to talk about the degradation of blacks, the embracing of slave culture, the modern delicacies, and soul food, how it aids in obesity, high blood pressure, and diabetes. First, self-degradation of blacks. And I say blacks, and I want to go ahead and say /self because I am a black person. Excuse me. And this goes out to like all my black men and women. Why do we always degrade ourselves, or we settle for less? And we do that because of our history, because of our past. Not so much as us ourselves in this present generation, but it goes back to what we were taught. And let me interject this. We are only taught what our families know or what they were taught. And what they were taught, they think or believe it to be true. But just because something is good or sounds good, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a fact. And just because something is a fact doesn't mean it's an actual fact. Now, I want to talk about belief, fact, and actual fact. A belief is something a person can believe. You can believe it, it can be true, it can not be true. But it's your option to decide if you want to have a belief in whatever you believe in. And you have your particular personal reasons why you believe that way. Now, a fact is something that can be supported. And most likely the general public believe the same thing. And this is what makes it fact. The factual basis is that I can ask somebody else, hey, what do you think about A, B, C, or D? And they'd be like, yeah, this means that. And so just because it's known that it means this, that's what makes it a fact. But an actual fact is what it actually is. I'll give you a brief demonstration. What I'm holding in my hand right here is a pen. This is what we call a pen. It's been called that here in America, and that's what we've always known it to be. Even our forefathers and fathers before them always knew this to be a pen. Now, I'm running out of time, but I'm still going to complete this illustration. And I think that it's going to be carried on into another series. But anyway, so do you believe that this is a pen? We believe it's a pen because factually, everybody else understands it to be a pen. And that's all we've ever taught. And all we've ever known it to be was a pen. But in actuality, it's not just a pen. Ladies and gentlemen, if I take this pen loose, it consists more than just a pen. It's a plastic attached to another more harder plastic with a metal or aluminum tip with ink inside. So it actually is some plastic, ink, and a piece of metal / aluminum. So what it actually is what it actually is when you break down all the components. And if you break it down deeper than that, it goes into minerals and stuff of that nature. My point in bringing this out is, just because someone believes something a certain way, just because the facts surrounding something says, hey, this is what that is, and other people will support it, doesn't make it what it actually is. Now, going back to the self-degradation of blacks, I want to call it the self-degradation of ourselves. And we do this because we believe that what we're taught is the truth. No one ever investigates. No one ever asks questions. We sit down in a church house. We listen at the preacher preach to us and teach to us. We go to school and we have the same rudiments going on. But we never ask the question. Or sometimes in the back of your mind, have you ever had that thing that went off like a light bulb, like something ain't right with this? You can't put your finger on it, but you don't ask questions about it, and you go with the flow because everyone else does. All right, guys, I'm out of time. I'll get with you next time.